Good morning, millennials.
Welcome back to The Toast and happy Thursday. That feels like a Friday because we're fucking celebrating, bitch. Hey, Jax, how you doing?
I'm Dern, actually. We are
okay,
the
Laura.
ladies in blue today. I feel
Laura.
like people wouldn't believe us when we say that we don't plan our outfits. We are just so simpatico that
I actually think people would believe it. We literally show up looking like rats in sweatpants.
No.
Why would we plan that?
Plan matching. Like yesterday, we were of the same ilk. The day before, we were wearing cream sweaters and leggings. Today, we're both wearing blue. When do we ever wear blue?
There's just at least for me, a really limited amount of clothes that I'm willing to put on my body. So it couldn't be anything other than accidental.
But it's just to say we are simpatico.
Now, I just want to get out ahead of some of, the drama, letting everyone know the good guys were using my studio yesterday. So if this episode never makes it to air, that's why.
Okay. What were they doing in there?
Just being good.
Did they have a guest or something?
They did, actually. They did.
Do you want to spoil it and just ruin their show and their surprise?
Kind of.
Now I want to know
the person's. I can't remember their name. But Ben was obsessed. I'm in this very sort of territorial era. I don't know if it's the hormones, but anytime Ben's texting someone, I'm like, who's your girlfriend? And he's he talks to a lot of people, and now he's only, there are certain people. The other day, he's giggling in the bed, texting someone. I'm like, who are you texting? He says, Alex Cornicelli.
Oh.
Now, Alex Cornicelli is in the list of approved people Ben can talk to because, she's married. She doesn't seem romantically interested in Ben, so I'll allow it.
Terry, you got to keep your eyes wide open.
Everyone who else Ben talks to is lesbian. He's literally only allowed to talk to lesbians. I believe the guest on the podcast yesterday was lesbian. I said, that's fine. He has been texting a lot with Wishbone Kitchen because they're doing a collab. And Ben is so excited about it. And he doesn't stop talking about this other woman. And she's on my list now, even though she's a toaster. So she is approved. Although she's not a lesbian, she is a toaster and she's in a relationship. So I'll allow it.
I guess that's what happens when he's in all these female spaces.
Yes,
he's got a lot of females on speed
podcasting
dial.
And cooking. He was talking to this other girl yesterday, and I'm like, "Who's that?" He was like, "She's a lesbian. Don't worry." He's just talking to a lot of bitches.
Or is she bi, Claudia? It's a spectrum.
No, she's lesbian.
One day here, next day there.
And of course, because I said this last week, and nobody believes me. I have so many friends who are lesbians. The Taylors are always he's always texting Taylor, and I'm like, "That's fine. That's fine."
Yeah, approved.
That's completely fine. And I'm just I'm in a special type of mood today. On the way to work, my body started to break down. I'm not wearing the right bra. I can putting on a bra with clasps and cups is so not in the wheelhouse of things I'm capable of doing. I couldn't possibly fathom putting on a regular bra.
Just wait till you have to get the bra extender, where it extends. It's it clasps to the clasp and it gives you a few more inches, and then it clasps to the other side.
Okay, I don't think I'm going to be needing those.
You're not going to be wearing a bra.
I will not be wearing. And so I bought these bras on Amazon that I really, actually when I was at your house, I was having so much trouble with bras. I just ordered some shit on Amazon that would come the next day. And they're a cross between a sports bra, but a stretchy relaxation bra. And they're nice, but every time I wear them for more than a day, they lose their grip on me.
They're disposable.
So I'm walking to work today and my tits are seriously hitting my knees. There is no support in this bra. My back was killing me. I get to work. I literally took a ponytail and I bunched up a lot of the extra material of the bra in the back. And I have a halter bra on now. And if you see my bra straps through my sweater, I don't want to hear it.
Do you own the bra that I have that you fell in love with this summer?
Clasps. I'm seriously not doing it.
Yes, clasp. Yes.
Asking a pregnant woman to clasp her own bra, no, I'm only looking for over the head.
Okay, an
bras.
over the head situation.
Yeah, it's been plaguing me. I love the Skims bralettes, but I'm at a place now where I need a little bit more support.
And the rib, the elastic on the rib cage is tight because it's very supportive, but
doesn't bother me.
I couldn't go for that tightness.
I'm really struggling. Although this halter scrunchy situation I've got going on feels amazing. I'm also using a heating pad. I'm in the phase of breaking down.
Okay.
And from a physical perspective, and just know if I've got a little extra edge today.
Pray for me.
That's why.
Pray for Jax and Claude.
And I already was feeling edgy because I was gathering my thoughts about the CMA Awards and they're all negative.
I know.
And so I just started off the day in a really negative mode.
Understood. I feel really fair about going in on the CMAs like we're about to today, because we're always gassing up the country music industry. Like we're always, every award show, we're like, this is how it's done. Grammys, take note. Last night, my ears were bleeding. I don't know what I was watching. But weirdly, I watched from start to finish. I just liked like being sat and a part of something, and I was looking for something to watch.
Jackie, I'm telling you, cable is where it's at.
It just like worked for my schedule last night, plus the commercials, as you said. But we need to talk about that because it was not good.
I'm assuming that'll be our first story. I have such nasty things to say about the production, about the talent, about the awards, about the outfits. Like, seriously, I completely agree. We're always gassing them up. And I have the like most criticisms I've ever had for an award show. And I didn't even make it more than halfway because I fell asleep at like 9:30. I saw what I needed to see. And I just want to say all of my critiques, just note, I'm obviously not talking about Luke Combs because...
Obviously not, because he saved the show with his presence. Yeah. And he didn't...
I keep chasing that same old devil down the same old dead-end highway.
Like, if you hear that opening intro and you're not lit up, you're not alive.
I think we need to see Twisters, like, just to see the song in action.
I guess we need to see Twisters.
I love that song, Oklahoma by Luke Combs. He played it when we saw him at MetLife, and it was so good. He was so good last night. Like, so just know, when I'm slamming the country music community this afternoon, today, whenever, just know I'm not talking about my King Luke Combs.
No, and they didn't give him any awards, those disgusting animals.
I'm assuming that's our lead story.
It is. CMA's recap plus awards plus moments, so we'll get into that in the first story. I don't want to put the cart before the horse, as they say.
I am experiencing
Or as we would say, the Kurt before the hearse.
We would say the Kurt before the hurt. I'm experiencing something, I don't know if I've ever said this on the podcast, but I never lived alone, or like even not alone. Like I never lived like with friends. Like I went from living, at the house we grew up in. I stayed there for like a little bit longer than I should have. And then I ended up moving in with Ben. So I never had like an adult apartment that was my own, my own space, even with roommates. And so when Ben goes away on work trips, I like to LARP that I'm like a single gal, like, and like, this is my apartment. And it's really interesting to see how clean I can maintain a space for X amount of time. And so we have our apartment, we have a housekeeper come once a week, and it's like the best day of my life. And I always try to maintain as many days of that freshness, but I live with Ben. So if he cooks dinner, like we're back at square one. Now, I'm just like, my apartment was just cleaned, and I'm like a single gal living in New York City, and every time I, use a dish, it gets cleaned immediately and put it away, and like all the clothes go in the laundry, and I hate being by myself because like I miss Ben and I just like hate being alone, but I'm kind of loving this like single gal era.
You're finding the joy in it. That's good, because that's always been your least favorite, but now like you're seeing the plus side.
No, I literally like act like I'm a girl like who's like going on dates. Like,
stop. She's gonna download Hinge.
No, literally. I'm just like single and like, this is my house. I live here by myself, and like, I do.
You want to come over for drinks? Nightcap?
Yeah. No, it's so.
I'm pregnant.
Like, it's so mature.
It is mature. That's nice.
So my house has never been so clean, and I love it.
That's really scary because your house is always so clean. So
that's really nice of you to say.
Oh my God. What are you talking about? Like there's not a speck of dust. Like nothing. Everything's like in a cabinet. You don't let the grass grow.
That's seriously so nice.
Yeah, it's on another level of cleanliness. Like it really is. I feel like,
oh my God,
I feel like I've given up trying to like achieve that, because I'm just like, she's just like turbo sweeper. Like her house is just like very.
My God. I didn't know that you noticed. That's
clear
so
and
sweet.
Clean
and under control.
Yeah.
My house is clean and clear and under control.
And it just goes to show that opposites attract, because Ben is the exact polar opposite of you.
He's getting worse. He's really just, I can't like.
I'm curious to see when you have a baby, like they just come with so much stuff, and I'm looking forward to seeing like what you do with that stuff, because I know you're not going to want to look at it.
A lot of I'm so glad you just brought that up, because that's I scared you.
Like it was loud because it's right by your microphone.
Sorry. I just dropped my phone. Give me 2 seconds.
And like I thought the yogurt might go flying.
I thought the yogurt was going to go flying too.
And that would just be so smelly for days, but it didn't.
No, we're all good. I'm so glad you brought that up because a lot of people like are asking me questions, you know, like, are you nervous? Yeah, and I'm not. I feel like really excited. The one thing that's giving me like a little bit of a pit is I feel I'm going to lose control of my home and the order of things. And, you know, I don't like clutter, but the baby brezza and the bottles, like I'm worried about clutter. I'm worried about like dishes. I'm worried about just like an influx of laundry. Like that is definitely something like that's my I know it's so fucked up. Like that's my number one concern.
No, I feel like you'll get the brezza is so ugly. Like they've got to do something about it. It needs to come in like a little Kenzie Childers box set.
Whatever happened to a dishwasher? Like you will not ever be able to explain to me why I can't just wash a bottle in the dishwasher.
You can, but how many times do you run your dishwasher? Once a day?
No, like once a week.
Right. The bottles, we probably at peak, like when they're only on bottles and not food, we're probably running that brezza like 3 or 4 times a day, and it's a smaller thing than a whole ass dishwasher.
But is a dishwasher, like I don't want to get a brezza.
Dishwasher would suffice, yes.
Oh, it would?
Yeah. I don't see why not.
Oh, Parge, okay.
But then also like the brezza dries them too. You don't want the bottle. I hate that fucking drying rack. So and things come out of the dishwasher still wet, so you put it on the drying rack to like dry out. Hate.
Yeah.
Hate.
You know, these conversations, like this actually makes me anxious and like nervous.
No,
these
but
conversations.
Also, but I feel like the dishes and the laundry, like that'll become part of your routine. Like that's not the issue. It's like the stuff, like the mats.
Stroller. Where do people who live in New York City, and by the way, my neighbors better get with it because that stroller's staying in the hallway.
Yeah. The thing is, I used to like feel like, oh, I don't want to see all this like kid stuff. I thought that's how I was going to feel. I wouldn't want to like buy all this stuff because I don't want to see it. But like eventually by the time I got to the place where I was buying that stuff, like looking at it brought me joy. And I don't think that's what's going to happen for you because like you don't like clutter.
A lot of people are like, is Claudia going to move to the suburbs? Is she going to move? And if there's anything that's going to push me, it's not going to be my family. It's going to be the fact that I have no place to hide all of that ugly shit. That is what's going to put me over the edge.
Yeah, elbow room.
And we talked about that. So yesterday, Jackie and I dropped an episode on our Patreon. I want to talk about Patreon really quickly because 2 things exciting. One, I just got an email that we've been actually asking Patreon to do this for a while. You can now buy Patreon gift cards. Like for the holidays, if there's someone in your life who's like always using your Patreon account, you can actually give them the gift of Patreon and sign them up with their email and you pay for it. So if you go to patreon.com, there are now gift cards, which I think is amazing. And like with the holiday season, I wanted to let everyone know that. And 2, we just dropped a brand new episode, like a big Q&A about like everything pregnancy wise, like from a lot of people want to know if I'm moving to Florida. I am not, like stop saying it, I'm not. Trying to conceive journey, conception. So I think we really covered everything that we had wanted to.
All the
it's
questions
a video
that people might
and
have.
audio episode.
Yeah.
On patreon.com/thetoast. And yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, no, so I guess the only question we didn't get to is like, how do you feel about the incoming clutter?
I could do a whole episode about that because I seriously feel really bad about it. Like I feel scared. And like, where are my minimalist mamas? Like I know, and so you always are saying like, the cave women did it. They didn't have a baby brezza. Like, why do I need all this stuff? Like, are there mamas who just don't? Like, I'm going to be it's like the de-influencer, non-consumer mama.
Okay, well, the cave women didn't have formula and bottles, so they just breastfed and they didn't have dishes. If you want to strictly breastfeed, you don't need to get a brezza.
Okay, by the way, now not enough people talk about how that is definitely a check in the column for breastfeeding. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but I'm going to try super hard.
No bottles,
just so I don't have to.
No pumping, no dishes.
Oh, wow. Oh, because that pump is so fucking big and ugly.
Yeah, no taking the bottle with you on ice wherever you want to go. Just whip it out. Whip it.
Yeah, whip it good.
Whip it real good.
Not enough people talk about that.
Yeah, it's a major key. So that's what the cave women did. But then also when you want to be like a minimalist mama, then you have to just like be cautious of like sad beige territory.
Yeah.
Because the children do need colors.
Yeah.
At some point. First, they can only see black and white anyway. But like eventually they need their primaries. And you're going to have to see that red, yellow, blue, Roy G. Biv in your house.
By the way, I happen to love the rainbow. Like I love color, even though like my design palette for my home is very much like neutrals and a splash of emerald. I happen to love the rainbow. I think it's so beautiful and like I love colors. Like I'm not put off. I just mean like in the kitchen, in the common spaces, like the brezza. The brezza for me is emblematic of like the baby consumerism industry and how it's like, oh, it's gotten a little too far. I saw a machine that I think it's also made by Baby Brezza, so sorry for like dragging them, but I couldn't believe how stupid this was. Like that puts the formula and the water together
Mixes
for
the
you.
formula. Yeah. No.
Like, bitch, it's a scoop and a
shake.
bottle of water. Like, that's like that
People
to me
like-
is consumerism at its finest.
People love that thing, but I've also heard some bad stories about that thing where they've malfunctioned and they're not putting enough formula in the bottle, and like babies were like not the
Hungry.
clinical term is called like they're not thriving when they're like not gaining enough weight and like developing, and it was because of those Brezza machines.
So if you follow the Turdy's anti-consumerism baby mama journey, that you won't have these problems.
Just shake it.
Just, like
Proud
that
to
me
say
was-
I never had one of those.
And I guess like if I had the biggest house in the world, like seriously, the biggest house, and I needed to fill it up with stuff, and I had unlimited money and unlimited space. All right, maybe
You would get an espresso for your formula.
But I actually wouldn't, because I feel like it takes longer to make the bottle. Like, and the kid is screaming and I'm hungry. Shake it. I'd be like, Ben, what are you doing? He's like, I'm using the machine. Why? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, you're like standing there waiting.
Yeah. Oh my God. To me, like that machine is emblematic of really what's wrong with like the baby industry and exploiting mothers, honestly.
I agree, but I just want to let you know, like, people love it. So.
All right. Sound off in the comments, you guys. Do I need one?
No. You could shake it.
No. Yeah. So how do we get here? Oh yeah, my back hurts. That's what I'm dealing with.
So, yeah, I guess we should get into
No,
this.
and the thing is, actually, I don't know if I'm like going to be able to breastfeed, but I fucking better, because I put off a breast reduction and lift seriously for 10 years. Because I'm like, what if I want to breastfeed my kids? And if it turns out that I can't, and I could have had perky little tits 10 years ago, I'm going to be so mad.
Yeah, well, there's a
be
lot of
shoving that
things.
tit.
There's a lot of things that you can do to troubleshoot.
It just sounds like more jobs, more work.
Yeah, that's really so hard.
Yeah, I know. I spoke to Chantal.
Good. She makes it easier.
Yeah,
She's
the
got all the
lactation
tips.
specialist.
Yeah, I mean, but for some people, it just comes really easy. It's the most natural thing in the world.
Yeah, well, so that's what we were saying. There are girls who like, pregnancy is lovely and boobies produce milk at no challenge. I have come to terms with the fact, like, I will literally never be one of those girls. And that's okay. Everybody, not everyone's as funny and beautiful as me. Like, we all have been dealt different
Your
cards in
singing
life.
voice? That's
triple
a couple.
threat.
That's a couple chips.
I couldn't ask for anything more. So I can't complain, but I need to know, like, I can't go into it being like, oh yeah, I'll be one of those girls. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not one of them girls. Where was Lee Bryce last night?
Not there singing Summer of Us, and that's why the show stunk. So let's get into our CMA recap and the Fast Five stories without further ado.
And dear toasters, we will do it today.
And how many do we have?
I have a few. I have to sift through them. I want the best, the cream to rise. So just stay tuned for that.
Love it. I already didn't like my segue, so I'll just.
You did?
Yeah, like ta-da.
Oh, okay. So ta-da is brought to you by Nutrafol. So if anyone has experienced hair thinning, shedding, any sort of hair issue, I have. It was literally the worst thing I've ever been through in my entire life. And Nutrafol is here to seriously just bring joy to everyone. It is a clinically tested formula for anyone who's experiencing hair issues. Now, it's a #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement. It's trusted by over 1 million people. If you want to see thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months, you can do that with Nutrafol. So when I went on my big weight loss journey, something I did not expect, I was like loving life, feeling so good, and then like brushing my hair, seeing clumps falling out in the shower, all over my lap when I would like blow dry my hair. And it was really traumatizing, and I did not know what to do. And I actually asked people on Instagram, and so many people recommended Nutrafol. It targets the root cause. So you might not know why your hair is thinning or shedding. And the best thing about Nutrafol is they're going to target the root cause. So for me, it was like a change in diet, but it can be stress. It can be change in diet. It can be menopause. It can be postpartum. If you change to like a plant-based diet, there's really like a great approach to it from Nutrafol. It's physician formulated. Also, it's 100% drug-free ingredients. So the supplements support healthy hair growth from within by targeting the root cause of thinning. And again, that can be hormones, that can be aging, that can be nutrition. So whether you're gifting yourself or a loved one, give the gift of great hair growth this holiday season. And right now with Nutrafol, they're offering our listeners $10 off any order. So that's free shipping when you subscribe at Nutrafol.com. Enter our promo code. It's a new code. So it's the Toast Gift. That's Nutrafol.com. Promo code the Toast Gift. Today's episode is also brought to you by Roback. This holiday season, elevate yours and your loved ones' wardrobe with some winter essentials from Roback. Whether you're in need of warm layers for yourself, buying gift for others, Roback has what you need. First up, their new fleece. It's cropped just right. I feel like everybody, all like the cool girls on social, are wearing like cropped little fleeces. And the Roback one is so good. It fits great. It has a looser fit. And so it really has like that cozy but very chic, elevated look. It's really the perfect gift for anyone who likes to be active outside in the winter or comfortable while relaxing at home. Then there's the Clarity hoodie and jogger set. I love the sets from Roback. I think that's like the best thing if you're going to buy one thing from them. You need it. It's a cotton poly blend. It's ridiculously soft. It has a cropped hoodie and joggers that are really comfortable but also flattering mid-rise fit. And then their Tempo hoodie and jogger set. It is the softest set, I think, on their website. Fabric is amazing. The joggers are the perfect length. Also, don't sleep on their men's stuff, especially like the sets for men. I feel like it's hard for men to like wear comfy clothes that don't look like slobbish. And Roback is the best thing. So if you're looking for something for like a brother, a dad, a husband for Christmas or Hanukkah, check out Roback. Don't sleep on their men's stuff. I think it's like their best stuff on the website. They're also having their biggest sale of the year for 20% off the entire website for all customers. That's 20% off hoodies, joggers, fleeces, and more. There's no code needed. Just head over to their website, RHOBACK, Roback.com, and introduce others to the most comfortable activewear in the game this holiday season. That's Roback.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, fleeces, and more. Today's episode is also brought to you by Dossier. So Dossier has become one of our favorite perfume brands since we started wearing them last year. We've both been wearing their perfume on repeat, and I love the concept of this brand. So a lot of people don't know that the perfume industry has like an incredibly high markup across designer perfumes, and that's why Dossier was like that was their mission when they got started, was to make luxury fragrances accessible. So at Dossier, each scent is crafted with the best ingredients sourced from Grasse, France, which is the perfume capital of the world. Their perfume developers are among the top industry experts. They've worked with some of your favorite designer perfume brands, and they have a wide range of designer fragrance impressions. So basically like dupes, because you can't like patent fragrance formula. So Dossier is like out here just making very similar fragrances to some of the most expensive brands in the world.
And they'll tell you exactly what it smells like. You don't have to go on a sniff test. They're like, this smells like Dolce & Gabbana. Yeah.
It's so genius. And I didn't know that, like, first of all, that the industry had such a high markup. And I also didn't know that you couldn't like patent. So good. I can make this at home. Like, thanks. And this November, Dossier's in the holiday spirit. They're offering Black Friday sales early. So starting right now, they have discounts as high as 55% off. So be sure to stock up on your favorite perfumes, pick up a few gifts for the ones that you love. It's a perfect way to treat yourself and share the gift of luxury scents with everybody on your list. At Dossier, indulging in luxury is a personal pleasure that everybody can enjoy each day. Visit dossier.co and use code TOAST at checkout for 10% off your next order. That's DOSSIER.co. Use code TOAST for 10% off your next order and check out their big sale happening now.
Thank you.
What can I...
Thank you, Turt happening now.
Say except Jert happening now.
Our first now I have to address
emotional.
the frog every time. Like my frog and I are embarrassed. But first story, CMA Awards 2024. Recap winners, performances. Where do we want to start? Let's start with the beginning, which were the hosts. Who were...
I was unoffended by them.
So unfunny and like not charming or enjoyable, but not offensive.
They were not offensive, and I did think, I'm like, damn, what is Peyton Manning running from? Like, the man says yes to everything, and he's such a legend, and the way they talk about him, you would never know because he's at the opening of every envelope, and he doesn't need to be doing things like this. Like, he's seriously like a decorated Hall of Fame. He still does football stuff. People love that him and Eli do, like, TV, ESPN recap, whatever. So every time I see him, and last night I was like, he's working so hard.
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, go home. Like, go be a dad. Like, I was seriously like kind of judging. I'm like, get out of here.
Maybe he's like a shopaholic and he has like a very high credit card bill and he needs to work really hard to sustain his level of living.
Although I don't think that like hosting the CMAs is a big payday.
No, but it puts your name out there, so the big paydays come for other stuff. They see you in this vein, so then they're like, for like, you got hosting chops.
And Luke, it's also very good to just be in the good graces with the CMA brand because you want to win awards. And so I understand why they do it, because like Luke Bryan's a big star. He doesn't need to be hosting this. Like Lainey's on her way up. I totally get why she did it. So I understand why, like, you know, it's politics at that point for the country music artists. Seriously, why the fuck was Peyton Manning there? I'm serious. I really feel like he is like unhappy at home and he's spending as much time away from his family as he can. That's what it looks like to me. He's always everywhere.
To me, it looks like he has very expensive hobbies.
Because you know what? You know who's not doing things like that? His brother Eli.
Yeah.
And we actually saw his brother Eli on the beach this summer. What was he doing?
With his children.
So busy with his kids. Like, happy family man. I'm telling you, there's something going on in Peyton Manning's personal life. He's saying yes to too many, like, lowbrow things.
Well, that's a conversation, an episode for another day, because the CMA Awards took place, and he was in participation. So the hosts, I thought, kind of stunk, but, like, again, not offended. They didn't do that much.
A show isn't made or broken by a host. Like, who cares?
Yeah, especially if they're not, like, trying so hard. So it was just fine. They were a conduit from one thing to the next with their little jokes. Performers and winners. Which do you want to do first?
Performers.
So the show opened with... Who opened?
Post Malone
and Chris Stapleton. And they were good.
They were fine, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, everyone loves both of them. I thought they sounded really good, and, like, it didn't clue me in yet that, like, all the mics were fucked up and they were going to be fucked up for the entire show.
There was a production issue going on at that arena.
Yes. So other performers, who were your favorites? Let's start with the good news.
Luke Combs was amazing.
Yes.
Excuse me.
They were amazing. They sounded just like their record.
So I have ended up on this side of TikTok. People are obsessed with them. They perform it. I think she opens for him on tour. So then she comes out when he's, the headlining, and they sing it together almost every night. And they have amazing chemistry. I think people are, like, writing fan fiction about them because they're so dying for them. I mean, it's like, it's gorgeous. Like, they need to get married. I love them. So I've been following a lot of the lore, and I was really excited to see them live. She's new to the country scene. This song is huge for her. It's an amazing song. It's so different. What's her name? Ella Langley. She's amazing. She's a rising star in country. I thought she was one of the best performers, and I actually thought Riley Green sounded terrible.
I thought she sounded great. She had such riz. Like, the way when she was walking, is like the whole room stopped and stared. She sounded exactly like what she sounds on her song. Mm-hmm. And she just, I don't know, she was really impressive. I never saw her before, but of course I heard that song because I'm a living, breathing individual. Yeah. And I was really impressed by her.
I completely agree. I'm so glad you liked it. And I need you to, like, get on the fan fiction. Like, people are writing books
because he's single. We saw him perform.
He's so handsome. I don't know, I feel like he dates, like, a lot of, like, like, models and stuff, like, behind the scenes, which, like, I don't love for him. Like, I want him to date her.
Yeah.
But I don't know a lot about his personal life.
Got it. One of my favorite performances was Casey Musgraves, The Architect. That song is
beautiful.
Pardginess in a bottle. She really, like, showed up and showed them. It's like, oh, you thought I went to the other world and no, I'm here.
I actually don't think she showed up and showed them. I think it was a little bit like, hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, I'm back.
Yeah, like, I went to the pop world and I kind of want to come back, please. And I'm glad that they, like, had her perform, and I'm glad she's, like, really back in the country fold, because I think she makes her best music when she's not trying to be something that she's not, and she's just, like, embraces her roots. And so and that song, The Architect,
like,
is so country.
simple songs.
I was actually really happy for her, and she looked gorgeous.
I do feel like it was a little bit like hey guys, I'm back.
Tail between my legs.
But like her performance, she earned her spot. It wasn't like, oh, pop wannabe, get out of here.
Yeah, no. Agreed.
Then my boy Shabuzi performed. He performed 2 songs. He started with Highway, and then he went into a bar song, and that was when the evening kind of shifted for me, because up until that point, the songs were kind of, like, slower, and people weren't, like, singing along or standing. But then, like, a bar song comes on, and that's been the biggest song of the year. And, like, not one person that they panned to knew the lyrics.
That was weird. It really highlighted, like, a weird energy in the room. I would have loved to, like, speak to someone who was there if, like, were the vibes off, because how everyone was not getting up, dancing, popping their pussy for Shabuzi was so strange, even though I did feel like his vocals, like, he was also having some sort of production issue, because I know he can sing.
Well, yeah.
I've seen him perform that song many times.
At a certain point, like, there were production issues, because people who we know can sing, like, didn't sound like themselves. Also,
Megan Maroney.
You know what we needed? We needed Miley when she's singing Flowers. She's like, I know you guys know this fucking song. Like, get up and dance.
Yeah. And, I would feel like it was targeted towards Shabuzi if then after that performance I didn't notice it. Everyone was, like, in a bad mood the whole night. Like,
there was so much sitting.
It was not Shabuzi targeted, but that's what made me realize it.
Yeah,
because that is the big. Everyone, even if you never, I have never went on Spotify and clicked to that song. I know every single word.
Yeah, so that was, like, really weird to me, and I was like, this is a sleepy crowd.
Yeah.
It's like maybe they can't even hear. I mean, something was off with the audio, but I was like, okay, the vibes are off at this show.
Yeah. What other performances?
So Chris Stapleton performed with Post Malone and then alone. He performed his song, What Am I Gonna Do? He always sounds good. Then Post Malone also performed alone, and he did not sound good, even though he has a nice voice.
Yeah, he did not like. I didn't think he sounded good in the opening either, so I didn't want to be mean and say that.
But like,
being nice.
but we know he has a nice voice, so I think he was really I think they were all really sabotaged.
You think he fell victim to the production issues?
Yes.
Okay.
Megan Maroney.
Oh my God, she was the most sabotaged because I've seen her perform live. Like she can sing.
Yeah,
that's like her thing.
I also
I don't know.
I felt like the song she was singing wasn't big enough sonically for an award show. It's like it's just a little ditty. Like the production was bigger than the song.
You know who absolutely slayed, but she always like shows up like and does the job. Kelsey Ballerini. She has like an amazing voice. She did not fall victim to any. She was not letting those in-ear monitors. She was not letting any of it get to her. She sounded vocally stunning.
Yeah, and I really like that song with Noah Kahan, I guess is his name.
Kahan?
Even though there's an extra A.
Jelly Roll performed with Brooks and Dunn. Jelly Roll looked amazing. I didn't know that he was on this health journey when they cut to him. Oh my God, he had such a light in his face. I thought he looked amazing. I'm so happy for him. I think they said he lost like 75 pounds.
He also performed a song Liar with Keith Urban, which is the only song from the evening that I've now added to my Spotify. I loved that song.
Also,
you ain't nothing but. I was listening this morning in the car. Liar.
This keeps happening to me. Like, oh, I really liked, and you know I don't really like Thomas Rhett. I loved his performance with Teddy Swims.
Yeah.
And that was actually a song that I felt like everybody in the crowd was singing. It's funny how like everybody knew that song.
And Thomas Rhett has only won 2 CMAs when they introduced him. I thought that was like a little embarrassing.
Let's get to the awards because that's like really my big gripe.
Yes. So the awards, Chris Stapleton was the big winner. And I just feel like when that happens, like no one can really say anything. He won Song of the Year.
I can say something. Let me say this. I am a big country music fan, but it's not my only genre. So I very much exist like within the country music space, but also in popular culture and pop music. So I think that I bring a unique POV. I do not know that Chris Stapleton song.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard it
for Song of the Year.
And for him to beat it to beat Shabuzi so many times, they went out of their way not to give Shabuzi an awards. And I'm sorry, CMA is not beating the allegations that they don't like black people. I'm sorry, like with Beyonce and now Shabuzi, I tried to defend you, but you're kind of becoming indefensible. You can't give it to Shabuzi, the biggest, best song of the year. Like you're literally going out of your way to not give him a single award.
No, that was the Song of the Year. There's no disputing it.
And now I'm looking at CMA like, because you know, with Beyonce, like I felt that people were making valid arguments on both sides about whether she deserved to be nominated. I think she did deserve to be nominated, but I could hear like a country music critic, like whatever.
Yeah.
Shabuzi is undeniably the biggest country music artist this year. And the fact that his song did not even get a single award, I'm looking at CMA's a little suspiciously.
And then Chris Stapleton also won Male Vocalist of the Year. And when he won, they announced they were like 8-time winner, and they panned to Luke Combs, and he's like,
who loses to him every year?
He goes 8 times.
I think people were misconstruing that, like thinking he was mad. I think it was more of like an impressed vibe.
Impressed, shocked, like that's so like funny. I didn't think he was mad. I don't think Luke gets mad about this stuff. Like I think he's enjoying his life.
Mad on his behalf. Seriously snubbed for every single award. He didn't go home with one single award, but okay.
However, Entertainer of the Year did not go to Chris Stapleton, shockingly. And what was so shocking was that it went to Morgan Wallen, who was not there. And Jeff Bridges read the card and he said Morgan Whalen, which I really related to as someone who doesn't pronounce anyone's name right. And then they were like, Morgan Whalen, and he's not here. And Jeff is like, so I'm accepting this award on his behalf. And he's like to the girl, he's like, give me the award. Like,
it's really crazy for the biggest award of the night to go to someone who's not there, but that means that it's fair.
It goes to show that that's really how the Academy voted.
And that's actually the one award I don't have a big gripe with, because obviously I wish my boy Luke won. But for the past couple of years, it has so clearly been the Entertainer of the Year, Luke or Morgan. They're on the same level. They play the same size arenas as Beyonce, as Taylor Swift, as Ed Sheeran. Like they're undeniably making the biggest impact in popular culture for the country music space. So while I obviously wish it had been Luke, I think Morgan is so deserving. I have no problems with it. I'm fine with it.
No issue. I wonder why he didn't go.
I'm sure Luke feels the same way, to like lose to somebody who he actually feels like is on his level.
Yeah.
Not, you know, some rando.
Yeah, not that, like, I just feel like Chris Stapleton, it's like when people don't know what to do, they just go Chris Stapleton and he's like not offensive, but it's like.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how you.
Not exciting.
It's how you beat everyone as the male vocalist of the year, but then you lose to the Entertainer of the Year. Like,
Morgan was nominated for male vocalist, but that's more so about like songs, whereas Entertainer's about like tickets,
brand,
etc.
Okay, go through the awards, like the main ones.
So okay, so Entertainer, Morgan Wallen. Single of the year, White Horse by Chris Stapleton.
Should have been Shaboozey.
Album of the year went to Leather by Cody Johnson and beat out Fathers and Sons by Luke Combs, Deeper Well by Casey Musgraves, Higher by Chris Stapleton, beat Chris Stapleton in his own game, and Whitsit Chapel by Jelly Roll. And actually, in addition to Liar, I will be listening to Cody Johnson's album because he performed with Carrie Underwood. It sounded really nice, and I feel like I would like him. So that was like my two takeaways.
I like Cody Johnson. I don't think that any of these albums were the album of the year. So whoever they gave it to, like, fine.
Who do you think it is?
That's what I'm saying. Oh, I don't know. The big ones didn't really release this year, Morgan and Luke. So.
Well, Luke did Fathers and Sons.
Yeah, but that wasn't like gangbusters.
It
was like a passion project.
Yeah. Honestly,
so I'm fine with this.
I also would have given it to Deeper Well. I think that album is so pargy and perfect, and she doesn't get enough credit.
Agree.
Because she does have her tail between her legs. But the song The Architect is like a marvel.
Yeah. It's special.
It's so special. She's not getting enough credit.
I agree. She's kind of working her way back up, I think, the country music ladder, for real. I think that people really did not take it well, that she blew up from country and really left them behind.
Yeah.
And then went on to do Breadwinner, and it was like pop, and like it wasn't a good look, honestly. And she's my queen. I invented her in this universe. Like, I've been listening to her longer than any of you snitches have. Like,
but she left you too. She left you too.
She left me too. And like, I did not listen to Breadwinner.
Yeah.
That album was not for me. I don't know who. It was for her like new fans.
Yeah. Next, Song of the Year went to White Horse by Chris Stapleton.
And what else was nominated?
Burn It Down, Dirt Cheap, I Had Some Help, and The Painter. So actually, Shaboozey wasn't even nominated for that.
That was weird too. I Had Some Help should have won, and I don't know why I didn't see a single nomination for Post Malone's song "Pour Me a Drink" with Blake Shelton, which I think is bigger than the Morgan Wallen one.
I mean, we all have our Post Malone collabs that are to us bigger than the Morgan Wallen one.
That's not even my favorite one. I'm just saying, like, based on how I see the culture and like where it's playing in Dwayne Reed, like it's the Blake Shelton one, weirdly, which there was no hype for. Everybody was hyped for the Morgan one.
Oh, I feel like the Morgan one was did what it needed to do.
I mean, it's good. It's good. The thing is that my overall takeaway from the CMAs, and I know that I come in like with a special POV, like I'm very internet, right? And there's a whole country music scene, country radio. I don't even live in the South. So, and that counts for something too, of course. Now, my POV in the world I exist in isn't the only one, but I think it accounts for like a huge part of success for people. TikTok, social media. Is your music being played in New York? Like, that's how you know a song is really successful. And I just feel like they completely discounted anything that isn't like old school traditional country music, country radio, country world. And that is Shaboozey. That is TikTok. That is social media. So I was really disappointed to see that like they were like not willing to like open up their world at all. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then there was also like the other random shit that they keep doing. Female Vocalist of the Year, Lainey Wilson.
Who else was nominated?
Kelsey Ballerini, Ashley McBride, Megan Maroney, Casey Musgraves, Lainey Wilson.
It was Kelsey Ballerini's year.
Yeah.
It was.
It's just, it's always, Lainey Wilson is the female Chris Stapleton. Like, nobody's going to complain when you give it to her except for us.
By the way, that's literally it, what you just
said. But,
like,
country music industry loves her. Loves him.
And I say this every
totally
year.
Talented.
I love her.
I have no issue with you.
Hang tight, honey, I'm a wildlife running down a dream of a long lost highway. Like, obsessed.
And then the only other category we need to discuss is New Artist of the Year, which went to Megan Maroney, and she beat out Shaboozey, Nate Smith, Mitchell Tenpenny, Zach Top, and Bailey Zimmerman. And as much as I would have gone for Shaboozey, I also would have gone for Megan Maroney. I'm happy with either.
You're a little biased because I can tell you, that Shaboozey deserved to win for Bar Song because the song was so big. His album and his breadth of work hasn't taken on that life yet. Like, Megan Maroney has tons of hits. She has a whole album that everybody loves. Like, she is more of like a well-rounded artist. While it remains to be seen if he's like a viral, Old Town Road.
Yeah.
Or will it be this big, long career? So I actually, we're feeling very defensive of Shaboozey. I didn't think he should have won that category.
I would have been happy if he won, but I was so happy to see her win. She was so happy to win. She was so gorgeous.
Oh, she's a beauty.
She's a beautiful woman.
Oh my God, that face.
And the hair.
I don't know if I think she thought she wasn't going to win, so she was really surprised. That was a really nice moment.
Yeah.
Of which I think there were few.
Yeah, it was not their best. It wasn't country music's best night. Maybe their biggest, not their best.
They just appear to be like getting smaller. Do you know what I mean? And it sucks because it feels like so many pop artists want to get involved in country music. Beyonce, Post Malone, like the biggest. And I feel like every year more and more people show up to the CMAs and do a collab. Teddy Swims, And it feels like the CMAs is so not receptive to that. Like they're not.
Well, I don't think they want all that.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice.
No, I don't think they want like everyone like coming in and doing a little, you know, CMA spin. But I do think like the people who are in the industry, like in all corners of it, in that genre, like should be more appreciated than the selected few.
Yeah, no, they have their selects.
They're selects.
And I'm over it, like so over it.
At least you could do is fix your sound problems. You're not embarrassing these talented artists. My ears were bleeding at some point.
Yeah. And like I don't want to be mean, but like the worst, like I you know, I'm not gonna say it.
There was one person who was saying, I was like, my ears are actually bleeding. Like this is crazy. And I forget who it was. And I think that's for the best.
I know who it was, but I won't say it.
Who? Will you text me?
We were texting about it.
We were texting about everything.
Okay, whatever. I'll tell you after.
Okay. Are you ready for our next story? One of our favorite categories of stories. Favorite books turning into movies, casting news. Anne Hathaway will star in an adaptation of Colleen Hoover's Verity for Amazon MGM Studios and Michael Showalter. So following the success of the Amazon film The Idea of You, Anne Hathaway and director Michael Showalter have found their next big project to team up on. She is set to star in Amazon MGM Studios' upcoming feature Verity, which Showalter is helming. So they did Idea of You together, now they're doing Verity, based on the number 1 New York Times bestseller by Colleen Hoover. Like, nobody doesn't like this book.
This is an amazing book, and it will be a very good movie. Am I wrong in remembering Verity being blonde? Not that Anne Hathaway can't be blonde, but
or that Verity can't be brunette.
Right.
Yeah, she's
Verity is the woman upstairs.
Yeah, she's not who I pictured for Verity, but she's a woman actress who can get the job done.
She's actually not at all who I pictured, and my initial thought when I saw this, I was like, meh. But then I did remember The Idea of You, which I was very, very critical of the book. And I opened my iPad on a plane, like ready to hate the movie, and I absolutely loved it. So she did that project justice. She's got a little bit more credit in my book now that she did that. So I'll wait.
This casting of her doesn't like excite me that much, but what excites me is that like this is getting off the ground. They're obviously taking it seriously. It's going to be big budget and it's going to be as good as it can be. So I'm excited about that. And it's not like I had anyone in mind that was like, this person is Verity. Also, as much as Verity is the title character, she's not the main character.
She's barely in it.
I want to know who's playing Lowen.
Is that her name? I always pictured Verity, the crazy blonde lady upstairs, as... what's her name? Diane Kruger?
Oh, but she's like...
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But she's a little bit older. Like, Verity's like... Diane... Oh, no, I'm sorry. I thought
you're
you were
thinking of Diane
like,
Keaton.
Diane Keaton.
From Inglourious Basterds.
Yes, yeah. Oh, that's
who
good,
gets
too.
choked by Christoph Waltz.
Yeah.
I don't know why I've always thought of her as like, you know, she's like running around the upstairs looking crazy in a robe. Like...
Yeah, and the sources say that this will be in theaters.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it has the potential to be... You know, I said this about Housemaid, too, so I feel like they're going to kind of be like... coming out at the same time, but like the next Gone Girl, really, it's a great thriller book, and if done well, we'll crush it.
And I'm so glad that even though, you know, it had its drama, I'm so glad that It Ends With Us did so well in theaters, because that means that movies like that will be put in theaters, and it's not just big Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson movies in theaters anymore.
Yeah, no, it kind of circumvents that Matt Damon. Well, it plays into it because it's like there's an existing audience, and we know this is going to do gangbusters because millions of people have read the book. But now we're getting quality movies, and we're back to like rom-coms and romance stories, and for the girls, and not just like San Andreas Fault.
Correct.
So correct. I'm glad that they found a solution to the lack of DVDs.
Yes,
for the girls.
And when the movie comes out, like I will go to theaters and support. I didn't realize that like it was difficult to get our type of movies into theaters, and now when they are released in theaters, we all have to go.
Yeah, my husband's gonna love to hear that.
I'll literally go with him.
I'll go with him to do our part.
Yes, we all have to do our part transnationally.
Yeah, so that's exciting.
That is.
We'll keep you posted on other casting
At least
news.
She's like a good actress. Do you know what I mean? Like a talented actress. Like that's really all it takes.
Yes.
Even if it's not what we visioned, you know, like it's fine.
Yeah. Are you ready for our next story? Mm-hmm. Coachella lineup dropped.
Yeah.
Coachella 2025 headliners are Lady Gaga night 1, Green Day night 2, Post Malone night 3, and then some sub headliners are Missy Elliott, Benson Boone, Charlie XCX, Lisa, Tyla.
Crazy that Charlie XCX wouldn't be a headliner for Coachella.
She's the second. She's right before Green Day. I think that's a fair place for her.
Yeah, no. And when you think about like Lady Gaga, like they're not on the same level, but like when you think about how many people know her music, especially the type of people that go to Coachella.
Yeah.
I would have thought she could have been a headliner.
Maybe she could have been, but if they didn't get Green Day or Post Malone. But like, I think her being right under there, and then her next album, she could totally be a headliner. I feel like that feels right. Like, remember when we went to Coachella and Billie Eilish like was second, and she was
at some random stage,
right? But like she's bigger now than she headlined. I feel like it feels right.
Yeah, when we went to Coachella, Lady Gaga was a headliner, and it was amazing. Like, she is such a performer. I'm shocked that she's the Friday night,
even though
not the Sunday.
She said this. She said, "I've long dreamed of throwing a massive night of chaos in the desert." It's like, girl, we were there. She said,
maybe she wasn't the number one headline. No, she
was. She said, "I've had a vision I've never been able to fully realize at Coachella for reasons beyond our control, but I wanted to come through for music fans." Like, what do you mean? We got a crap?
I thought it was amazing. I loved every minute of it.
I've been wanting to go back and do it right, and I am. What did she do wrong?
Oh, why does she have to like
shit on our
something else? Shit on the one that we went to.
And now it's like the bar is so high. What the fuck are you gonna do? What couldn't you do?
Ben's gonna want to go see Green Day.
He could go for the night.
Do you have the time? Like, he's gonna mosh.
And Post Malone will be good as well.
Yeah, very good.
This is a pretty good headline and lineup. I would say only good things, except at the bottom it says Travis Scott designs the desert.
Yikes, run for your life.
Yeah, I feel like that's worse than having him as a performer. He's designing a festival.
He's a part of the infrastructure. That's way worse than having him headline all 3 nights. Like, that's terrible.
So if you're getting tickets, keep that in mind. Designed by Travis Scott. Are they okay? The more I say it, the crazier it sounds.
Stay towards the back.
The more I say it, the crazier it sounds.
Yeah, of course. Like, for him to be involved in a festival is already like, yikes, but you would assume his involvement is singing.
Just like artistically.
Him being boots on the ground, like in charge of security. I don't know. I don't
think that's what it is. I'm sure it's just like he's doing some art or shit, but like phrasing it like that, Travis Scott designed this festival. No thanks.
Run fast for your mother, run fast for your father. Like, I wasn't planning on going, but if I was, this would definitely give me pause.
And if I was, like, now I'm feeling a little like itchy to boycott, just to let you guys know this was a bad idea.
Yeah.
That's really crazy.
It is.
And I'm not seeing really enough energy for that.
Yeah.
So he can, I'm sorry, like the more I think about it, I'm flabbergasted.
Guffawed, even though that's not the right word.
Are you ready for our next story, number 4?
Yeah.
It's a little reboot news spinoff, I guess. Suits LA is bringing back Harvey Specter. Gabriel Macht will return.
The man of my dreams.
On an
Jewish
NBC
king.
spinoff. So this
NBC.
This is the news Suits fans have been waiting for. The star of the hit legal drama will appear on the upcoming NBC spinoff, Suits LA. Gabriel Macht, who played the brash and suave super lawyer Harvey Specter on the original series, will reprise his role on the offshoot in a 3-episode arc. Sources tell Deadline. A rep for NBC decided to comment.
So it Suits LA, but it's not surrounded around Harvey. He's just on 3 episodes.
I guess so. Like maybe
it's a passing of the baton,
perhaps.
Oh, that's like this is like the Shake Shack news. Like, you must read the fine print.
Suits la turd.
I actually feel like Suits spin-off shows have largely failed. They had that Pearson one, Jessica Pearson, who was like a favorite of a lot of people. She like had her own law firm show. I don't know. So I'm not optimistic, especially because it's and if they were gonna do one spin-off, the most beloved, like everybody, it's Harvey. Like, it's everyone loves Harvey. He's so handsome. So I feel like perhaps like the time for this has passed, even though so many people got into Suits like in the last year or 2. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, imagine it's successful and like Meghan Markle does an episode. Obsessed. That's, by the way, we all have to watch it. We need to make it popular so that happens.
I could see it happening. I saw a headline yesterday that like Prince Harry was getting tattoos with Jelly Roll or something like that.
You're kidding.
No, I need to get the exact headline because it was so shocking. And I was like, in what world are we living in?
Yeah, that's really crazy. Good for Jelly Roll.
Prince Harry jokes he wants a lower back or ass tattoo in hilarious video with Jelly Roll. That's a headline that
Elizabeth is rolling over in her grave.
I don't know which part of this is more shocking. Like, I saw that headline. I was like, imagine Prince William reading that over his morning tea. Like, he's going to choke on his tea.
He's going to choke.
He wants
maybe that was Harry's plan all along.
He wants a lower back or ass tattoo? Is he okay?
Seriously, growing up and maturing is realizing like Prince Harry has always been and it will always be the problem. Like, he was the problem in his family, he's the problem in his marriage, and like Meghan took so much, and it's him. It's literally him. I have such a hate for him, and I think we collectively need to rescue Meghan, and I think maybe Suits Law is the thing to just like give her the confidence to take her life back.
Well, recently I've really been itching. I've been ready for, and like I'm in a place to really receive the American Riviera Orchard show. Like, I was thinking when I was
Is it out?
No, where is it? She launched her lemons basket.
Well, they had to change the name, remember?
Yeah, in the spring. But those PR baskets went out in the spring. We're coming up.
How did it get on that list?
On almost 1 year. There's no show.
That's so Meghan. Like, that's my queen right there. Like, announcing projects, cutting the check, and not finishing. Like that's literally me.
It's goals. Like, how do you get away with that? I feel like we're always being held to our deliverables.
It's so true. Like, she is just never like finishing what she's starting.
Like a $20 million podcast deal with Spotify for 2 highly produced seasons where she probably did like a total of speaking of 2 hours.
And that's like all that's what it's about. Like, life, like being a businesswoman, taking your time back. No, I love her. She's exploiting these big companies for her own self-interest, and I live for it.
And it's just like, you would think at some point that the issue with doing something like that is that the buck runs out and like people are on to you and they'll stop
lining
writing.
Up. They want to work with her.
Yeah.
And that's not being interesting and beautiful and like really mysterious.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, every night when I like go to watch TV, like if
what you're looking
ARO
for.
was out, like I would be watching it, and the fact that it's not here, like it's the season for a nice cozy cooking show.
She really needs that. Like, I do think she has like great recipes, and she's definitely like organic. Like, she makes her own butter. And
she has chickens.
Like, yeah, I think that it's a missed opportunity, especially 'tis the damn season.
'Tis the season. Like, time is a wasting.
Yeah.
Are you ready for our 5th and final story?
If it's our 5th and final story, that's brought to you by Saks.com.
Oh, it is turd.com.
The premier digital platform for luxury fashion. With the holidays literally right around the corner, Saks.com makes it easy to find the perfect gift for the pickiest of people on your list. Or if you're just shopping for yourself, they've got an expertly curated assortment of fashion. So whether you're shopping for a hard-to-please family member, Jacqueline Follet, someone that seems to have everything, Jacqueline Follet, or even your ultra-stylish bestie, Jacqueline Follet, Saks.com has you covered with the most versatile collection of fashion, beauty, home decor, and so much more. And there's something about doing your holiday shopping online that really is integral in protecting your peace. And I think when you go to like the stores, if you're going last minute and like you end up like not getting the right thing because you're overwhelmed, you just want to get out of the store, you're like sweating and you need to eat something. So Saks.com is just like a really civilized, organized, user-friendly way of doing your holiday shopping. And of course, gift giving is not everyone's language. It's definitely stressful around the holiday season. But with Saks.com's holiday gift guide, you'll be able to find the perfect gifts for him, for her, kids, beauty gifts, whatever it is. We all need a little inspiration when it comes to holiday shopping, and Saks.com is here to also help you find your own holiday vibe. So you can upgrade party looks this season, treat yourself to designer brands like Alice and Olivia, Frame, Prada, Gucci, and more. After all, holiday shopping is never complete without spoiling yourself first. So head over to Saks.com, get ready to be the best gift giver ever, and find gifts guaranteed to bring joy for every heart to shop for person this holiday season at Saks.com. Let's make this holiday season memorable for you and your loved ones. Today's episode is also brought to you by Good Ranchers, something we've been talking about so much recently on The Toast, and we're so excited to be working with Good Ranchers. It's long been debated at Thanksgiving. Is it turkey or is it ham? Many families have had ruined holidays over the simple question. If you picked either, you'd be wrong, because the third and correct option is a free ham from Good Ranchers worth $110. During their Thanksgiving special, you can choose any box of their 100% American meat and wild-caught seafood and get a free 10-pound spiral cut ham added for free. So take that, turkey. And of course, by shopping with Good Ranchers, you are directly supporting local farms and ranches in the U.S. And if everyone's spending the money this holiday season anyway on like a big turkey or a big ham, do it at Good Ranchers. It's so much more ethical. It's premium. It's American made. You can skip the chaos of imported meat at the grocery store. And most importantly, you can make time at the table with family, easy, delicious, and stress-free dinners. Good Ranch delivers high quality, 100% American meat straight to your door. You can celebrate what matters most this Thanksgiving with the people that you love, and you don't have to lug a big, gross turkey that's like not even made in America home from the grocery store and break your back. Enjoy 100% American meat, a free 10-pound spiral cut ham, and get connected to American farms and ranchers this November at goodranchers.com. If food you can trust matters to you, then put the car keys down, don't go to the grocery store, and go to goodranchers.com instead, and use our code TOAST at checkout. Be sure to order by November 19th for guaranteed delivery by Thanksgiving. Remember to visit goodranchers.com. Use our code TOAST to claim a free Thanksgiving ham before they run out. And if you're thankful for the farmers and ranchers of this country, go to goodranchers.com and support them with every order. Goodranchers.com, code TOAST. It's American meat delivered. Today's episode is also brought to you by Splash Refreshers. Oh, so glad to be talking about this. Splash Refreshers came into my life at a time when I really needed it. Hydration is mandatory, unfortunately. Like, we all do have to drink water, but being boring is not. We respect a good cup of water, but sometimes you got to spice it up, you know, because sometimes it's just not going to cut it. And Splash Refresher has become our ride or die when it comes to staying hydrated and having like good, delicious beverages in our home and at our office, because plain water just tastes like the color beige. No matter how hard we try, we're always just a little bit dehydrated. We can never be bothered with a boring glass of water. It's really like pulling teeth, but that's where Splash Refresher comes in. It has 0 sugar, 0 calories, and a splash of sweetness. It's like water, but it's good. And it's flavored, it's delicious, and it'll keep you hydrated. So make Splash Refresher your go-to hydrator. It'll put a smile on your face even on the tough days. They have great fruit-freshing flavors, available in 5 craveable flavors. They are there to satisfy your need for hydration with a little bit of flavor, a little bit of spice. So you can try all their flavors: wild berry, acai grape, pineapple mango, lemon, and mandarin orange. I happen to love the wild berry, but I'll really drink any of them. This is why I love what I do. I'm introduced to brands. Like, I hadn't heard of Splash Refresher, and now I literally can't live without it. I had one yesterday. We always have them stocked at the house, at the studio. Drinking water is so hard, and Splash Refresher is just over here like trying to help, and we appreciate that more than they know. So consider yourself hydrated, self-thriving. Find Splash Refresher today on Amazon and Instacart, or at your local Walmart, Sam's Club, or Kroger. If you're looking for a Splash Refresher, they are not hard to find, so just check it out, and you will not be upset that you did.
Thank you, Claudia.
You're welcome.
Our fifth and final story is some podcasting news, which we'll get into in a second, but it reminded me also of Meghan Markle and Lemonada. Remember when we reported that?
Oh, yeah.
That Lemonada got her podcast, and I was just reading up on it. They said that they pushed the launch of the podcast till 2025 so as not to compete with her new Netflix show, cooking show, The American Review.
Which didn't come out.
Okay, so we're just like, we're getting pushed back more.
I'm obsessed.
Our fifth and final story, it's giving Lemonada, which is why I remembered that, because someone is entering this podcasting sphere.
Ugh, who?
Chrissy Teigen launches a new wellness podcast called Self-Conscious. It is an Audible exclusive. So Chrissy Teigen is adding another title to her resume, podcaster. She shares that she hopes her show can help people break the cycle of negative thoughts. She said, quote, "All we do is negative self-talk all day, and I think it's just this beautiful hour release where we can do something to better ourselves and learn something. I honestly really hope that people learn to give themselves a lot of grace. I think it's really easy to be tough on ourselves and easy to think that we're not doing enough. We're not exercising enough. We are not meditating enough." I don't really worry that I don't meditate enough.
I definitely don't exercise enough.
Eating well enough. We drink too much. Over the course of these conversations, she's begun to peel back the layers of challenges hindering her own well-being. She hopes for listeners of the podcast to do the same.
I feel like when people come up with podcasts, they like feel like they need a reason, like and like a description that makes them different. Like, a podcast is a podcast. Talk about whatever the fuck you want. Like, the fact that you need this like mission statement that like we know you're not going to do, it's going to be end up like you having Kris Jenner on, like you and your,
right.
And that's great. And that's great. But I think that whenever somebody comes to the space, especially like a little bit late, they feel they need to have like a structure that is so different from anything that's out there. And like, that's why they're late, because they were coming up with this really unique idea. It's like, it's just a podcast. It's not that serious.
No, and like 2 people can like have the same mission. 5 people can. A bunch of people can. You're all going to say different stuff, a different take on the matter.
Every podcast has the same mission, like to have interesting conversations. Like,
right. Keep you company.
We don't need an outline. We don't need a deck of like the mission
Especially
statement.
not one so dreadful. Like, come on.
And that's not what I would have expected. Like, the thing about Chrissy Teigen is, before she got canceled, but even still, like, she has a really loyal fan base of people who really like her personality. And like, her personality is like, she makes fun of stuff and like, she's really real. And so this like, no negative. Why? Sometimes life is negative and that's fine. Like, let's talk about it. It's funny. I actually don't think this mission statement really aligns with her personality and why people are drawn to her. They're drawn to her because she's like, yeah, this supermodel, husband is a billionaire, and she lives, but she's so real. She's out here like talking about how she wears diapers postpartum. Like, she really keeps it very real. And I wish that was the statement, because that's really why she's so successful.
Yeah, this podcast will probably fall under like the wellness category, where it's like we don't want a wellness podcast from Chrissy Teigen. Like she could have done something in comedy. She could have done something in like parenting.
Yeah. Food. Hosting.
And I mean, hopefully it's not what she says it's going to be, because this just really sounds like really boring. And
it does. Like hopefully, like she does an episode with John. She does an episode with her sister, who everybody loves. She does an episode on cooking, or the holiday one. Like she's very homemakery. Like this is such a weird angle. When her doing a podcast, she's perfect for it. She has a great personality. People love to hear her talk. So why she had to come up with this like facocked new image? Just do a podcast.
Yeah.
Why are you so ashamed? Like,
it's actually surprising that she's never done a podcast before. She's very podcasty.
I know. Well, I think like there was a really like a big chunk of time where like she was a little too good for it, you know?
Yeah.
But now she's been humbled like the rest of us, and she goes where all former canceled people go, to the podcasting space. We welcome you with open arms. I wish you the best of luck.
But actually, if this were like an interview show, like Armchair Expert with like her famous friends, just having like funny conversations, that would sound more interesting than whatever this is.
Yeah, because really, if you're gonna do conversations like interviews, which it sounds like she's gonna do, you know, none of these people are any better of interviewers than the rest. None of these people are like formal journalists. So it's really just about like who you are and who you know, and if people want to trust you. Like she could get Kim on, you know?
Yeah.
And she's kind of perfect for it. She's really well connected, and people really, I think seem to like her and trust her, like in the Hollywood space. So I don't know why she didn't just lean into that.
No, she could have been female armchair expert.
What was the name of the podcast?
Self-conscious, with self like really big and then conscience. So it's like self-conscious.
It's a bad name. It's a bad name. And I feel like she has this big brand.
Or no, conscious, not conscience.
Yeah, you're saying it weird. She should have tied it into her brand, which is cravings, like cravings and chatter.
And chit chat.
Yeah, like something. Yeah.
Chrissy's cravings chat.
Yeah, thank you. We love alliteration.
Yeah.
So we'll see. The thing is, the cream rises.
Right.
She might end up on our list of celebrities who started podcasts and never finished them. Ashley Graham.
Yeah, is she on our list? Let's just
Ashley
look.
Graham?
Yeah. Like, is she on the official list? No, I thought the list is like, that's not who comes to mind for me. But
JVN.
JVN is done?
Yeah. Don't we always have this conversation?
Yeah, and he's like canceled.
Oh, right. He should come back to the podcast.
Oh my God, so many people on this list I like didn't even know they had a podcast, let alone
Ellen Pompeo, right?
Ellen Pompeo, yeah. Why is she
on the list?
Here?
I actually have this list memorized because it's so funny. Go the list.
Okay, Jay Cutler.
He had a podcast?
Yeah, remember Sophia with an F went on. Emrata.
Oh, yeah.
To me, she's the list.
Oh, yeah. She's that's really emblematic of like this big push and then nothing.
Archetypes, which stays on the list until Lemonada brings it back.
Mm-hmm.
Kim, Spotify podcast.
Oh, and I'm sorry. I apologize to JVN. He released an episode yesterday.
Oh, taking him
I'm
off.
Really sorry. But he definitely went on break because he was on the list at one point where they were like doing old reruns. And
oh, you know who we have to add? Anna Faris.
Yeah, but I feel like it's unfair because that list is like failed podcasts,
and podcasts
in my opinion.
are allowed to end. Like
she did it for years and she was enormously successful.
I agree.
She doesn't go on the list.
I think we've already had this conversation and reached that same conclusion. Kim, Spotify.
Yeah, that's
her
huge.
true crime thing. Michelle Obama.
Spotify. A lot of these were the Spotify when they were like throwing money at celebrities, and it was supposed to be huge.
Ashley Graham, as you've stated, Graham.
Yeah.
Anderson Cooper.
That's shocking.
Shocking that he did a podcast. You're on TV every day. Like, why do we need more? Ellen Pompeo, as you said.
Hysterical.
Margot Oshry and Olivia Oshry.
Oh my God, we had to. Listen, the call is coming from inside the house. Like,
you had to. And then Phineas and Claudia Salewski started a podcast in COVID, and they don't do it anymore.
That sounds dreadful. Oh my God.
It's a classic tale. By the way, I feel like you guys did this last time, but I forgot to like take out my list and add people to it. Sound off in the comments if there are people we're missing. I want to get this list robust.
Next up is Dear Toasters, one day late, but don't worry, next week it'll be one day early. And from here on out, we've discussed Tuesdays are Dear Toasters days because Wednesdays will be Real Housewives of Beverly Hills days. So Dear Toasters is our weekly advice segment where Jax and I hear from the girlies. We try to help them out. You can write in submissions to us two different ways. One, just send us an email, deartoasters@gmail.com, or you can head over to our website, thetoastpodcast.com. Scroll down, there's a little Dear Toaster submission box that goes straight to us, totally anonymous. We'll help you out with whatever you're dealing with. Hey, Jackson Turd. Longtime toaster, first time writing in, love you lots. I'm in a pickle. About a year and a half ago, I became friends with my neighbor. Things were going great, normal, no issues. She then had some health issues, and our group of friends was right there for her through it all. Once she was better, she convinced me to apply to work with her. She works in Child Protective Services. Shortly after we began working together, things were going great, but she sent me a text out of the blue on a Sunday saying that she thought I had autism. I was a bit shocked. I didn't love the vibe of being diagnosed by a friend when I didn't ask for it. I ignored it and just hoped that she would get the hint. But the next day at work, she doubled down. She asked me if I saw the text message, what my thoughts were, to which I said, I appreciate you as a friend, but that really isn't me. She then said that I was wrong and urged me to get testing done ASAP. I was put off by this and I ghosted her and then dropped the friendship completely. It has been about 6 months. We recently began speaking again about work stuff, and I'm starting to worry that I rushed into a decision to drop a friend. Am I being too sensitive about this, or was dropping her appropriate? By the way, I just want to say, it sounds like she's the one with autism. Like, yeah, because people with autism are known for like their directness and they're like saying things that are socially weird. So saying someone randomly that you barely know, like that you think they have autism, like that's something actually an autistic person would say. Sorry.
Yeah. Also, I feel like she offended you. Fine to take space, but now like you kind of miss her friendship and you're moving on from it, and that's also healthy too. Just because you like drop someone, it can be temporary, and then you pick back up. If you miss her and you work with her and she's your neighbor, like how can you really avoid her? And it sounds like you want to like forgive her.
Like you're naturally coming back together,
and I like
which is
that.
good.
I like
Me
that.
too.
Normalize that too. You don't need to like drop someone forever. Sometimes you just need to teach someone a lesson. Like maybe you guys were getting a little too close. She thought she could say anything to you.
Yeah.
And you put some distance between it. Now get back to it. Get after it.
Yeah. I agree. I wouldn't fight like the natural urge that seems to be happening. Like some people come into your life in waves and that's fine. But if you're naturally kind of like swimming towards her for whatever reason, let it happen. And if it comes up, honestly, just say it. Like it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. And time heals all. And don't like feel like, you shouldn't forgive her. Forgiveness is a good thing. Even if she didn't say sorry, like you can still forgive and move on.
Yeah. And just like, yeah, people are really just crazy.
Well, that's also something to keep in mind.
Me.
Yeah. People are
crazy. The
crazy.
way people act is really, actually, that's a good segue into the second Dear Toaster.
You can't control how they act. You can only control how you react.
Swirlies, my PJOM gave me the biggest ick of my life and I need serious help. I am not an overtly physical person. I love affection from my husband, cuddling my babies, but unnecessary touch from others is not welcome. Literally.
Okay, I can relate. What is the ick?
Recently, we were at a family gathering at my in-laws. I told my husband I was going to start gathering the kids to go home and I expected him to follow me. I was getting flustered, juggling the kids, wondering where he went, when I look up and I see my husband is getting a massage from his sister in the middle of the function. The massage continued while I stood there waiting with our tired kids. He even had the audacity to lay on the floor, request a lower back massage. I understand as his wife, I've been lacking in giving him massages. That's why for his birthday, I gifted him a nice massage, and I often encourage him to go to a professional. Once we left the event, I let him know how icky it was to me. He seemed annoyed, and every time I bring it up jokingly, he gets upset at me. I need to move on, but I fear this ick will haunt our marriage forever. Please humble me or help me accept this ick. By the way, you're so valid in your ick.
You're so valid. That is so crazy. Like I know like
sister.
Like people in families like give massages sometimes, like not like sometimes like Zach will like rub his like grandma's back, like if she's just like sitting.
He's a good grandson.
Right. But
she's
like
an old woman.
So when you said sister.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Ben actually rubs his dad's back all the time. Yeah, but his dad actually has a bad back, so it's really nice.
No, it's nice. Honestly, like I want that. Like I will sign up for that one day. But the sister, and then he's laying on the floor, and then also let's forget like the tired children waiting to go home, and he's like, and it's not like you even said like she's a professional chiropractor and she was adjusting him. Like, excuse me? No, I would never get over that. I would never let him live it down just to make sure he never does it again. And eventually,
there's so many elements of it that are weird. Like socially, you're laying down in the middle of a party. Get up, you're a father. Second of all, like your sister's touching you. That's disgusting. Freudian type shit. 3, you are literally leaving me hanging, getting the kids in their coats. They're screaming. They're tired. They're throwing food. Like, be an involved parent. Get the fuck up. This isn't the Canyon Ranch.
No, and like if he really like he needs you to massage him, you get him massages, his sister's massaging him, like he should see a doctor because his body's not functioning properly. Yeah, nobody needs this many massages, and you like putting it on you, like maybe I don't give him enough massages.
Jackie, let me read this sentence.
Even to give him one massage is more than enough.
Too many. It's
too many.
I understand as his wife, I've been lacking in giving him massages. That is not your job.
No, it's not.
And some people, Ben loves massages. So it maybe this guy's the same way. And so you getting him for like a birthday and anniversary, always giving him a gift card to a massage is amazing. Like that's seriously brilliant. There is literally no obligation on your part to rub this man's back.
Is he a professional athlete? What is he doing? And if so, then get a masseuse to come to the house once a week.
A sports therapist.
Yeah.
No, and I don't know, if you're a professional athlete, like you're bringing home the big bucks, all right, I'll rub your back. You know, I don't have to work like that. I need to know more. But it just sounds like he's a big old baby, and I hate him.
No.
And you're valid in your ick, and seriously, never let him live this down, if only so that he knows, like, that type of physical touch with your sister, like, is not appropriate.
No, it's so crazy. And just even if he still thinks it's right, just to never do it again to avoid like your ire.
It feels like Melissa Gorga wrote this in and Teresa was rubbing Joe's back, because they're like those type of siblings who definitely like, you know, touch.
That is so weird.
Okay, the husbands are really acting out. Okay, here's another one about a husband. Hey, swirly, swirly gumdrops. I need to know your thoughts on this. My husband and I have been together for 3 years. We've been married just over a year. Since we've been together, he has been adamant that I cannot see his butthole. I jokingly inquired about it a long time ago while we were dating, and he was very clear, like, no, that was a boundary for him. I could not see it. Now that we're married and he's locked in forever, I thought maybe it wouldn't be, you know, as big of a deal. But no, he will not, quote, show hole, as the kids say. I'm not really interested in seeing this part of him, and I just make a joke about it occasionally, but now I'm genuinely curious. Like, is this normal? Please share your thoughts. Sincerely, a wife in the dark. I love your show. It keeps me alive. Thanks. Now, I want to say something really quickly, because sometimes I jump to conclusions on Dear Toasters. Like last week, a lot of people were mad at me when I said that it sounded like that girl's fiance had a gambling problem, when in reality, he's just from the South and people take sports like way seriously. So, okay, maybe I was off the mark on this one. And you guys know, like, I'm always jumping the gun, like, your husband's gay. But it kind of sounds like your husband might have a stretched out booty hole from, like, you know, being gay, like butt stuff. And maybe he didn't want you to see it.
Oh my God. I'm taking the total opposite approach. Okay. That is a totally fair boundary.
I disagree.
Why do you want to see his butthole?
Not want to, but like things in life, like when I've seen Ben's butthole. One time I had to give him an enema.
Right. And things like that would come up, but you're not saying he wouldn't even let me give him an enema, but like you just like want to like look at it for sport. Like I'm clenching just thinking about it.
No,
like,
I have a great idea. Okay, listen, we need to start poisoning this man with
so
like
that
Imodium.
He needs an enema.
Yeah, we need to give him Imodium, like make him breakfast every day for a week, and he won't go to the bathroom. And say, babe, like I haven't gone to the bathroom in a week, and we say, oh, well, do you want an enema? It's not a big deal. I'll just give it to you, and we'll see if even in a medical emergency he won't show you his butthole. Then something is up.
Does a gay person who takes it up the butt really have that much of a different looking butthole than someone who doesn't?
It depends, I think, how active you are, but I do think you could have a stretched out booty hole. That's like the thing.
That is the thing?
I'm pretty sure it is. Let me just ask. Hold on.
But I feel like you could, if his booty was like a little stretched out because he's gay, like he could say, I make like big duties. Like, I don't think he's hiding anything. I don't think he's hiding anything except wants one part of himself, like the deepest inner corner of himself, to be private.
Who bottoms a lot possibly have a stretched out butthole, question mark?
I just want to say I've never disagreed with Claudia more. Of course, there's always anyone, you know, your husband could be gay, but like that is not at all what I think is going on here. I think this is a very
That's
fair
so funny. Like boundaries
boundary.
Are so foreign to me.
Oh my God.
I walk around my house naked, so does Ben. Like boundaries are so foreign that my first instinct was like, he's gay.
You could walk around your house naked and still not want to show someone the innards of your booty hole.
I asked, does someone who bottoms a lot possibly have a stretched out butthole? Oh, for sure. Hot dog down a hallway vibes.
Wait, but what about the hole itself? Would it be visible to the naked eye?
Yeah.
No, he's talking about once you're inside.
Like it would be visible to the naked eye, question mark?
The booty hole looks different than a virgin booty hole?
Like if I looked at your butthole, I would know that it's been stretched out, question mark.
Who'd you ask?
I don't want to say. I'll tell you after, but like, I don't want this person on blast. Like,
yeah.
Oh, they usually close.
It's an elastic.
Interesting. So it just like stretches.
Listen, not everyone has to show you every crevice of themselves. And I understand why he doesn't want to bend over and spread them just cuz.
Yeah, okay. My thing is wrong.
Whew, I'm glad we got to the bottom of that. And
I'm wrong.
Like one day in time, if you guys stay together, you will see his butthole. Like there will be an enema. Maybe
the time is coming.
There might be a hemorrhoid. He might need you to look at something. But just to like look at it for shits and giggles, I understand why to him that's like no.
I guess like it is just weird that there's like you live with this person and there's a part of them you haven't seen.
I think there should be a little mystery in everyone.
Nah.
That is so not weird.
Well, I don't know. It's like a man gets to see, like if you're married to a man and you have kids, like he sees you at your worst, at like the goriest. He sees every part of you, like bend over. We need to be even.
For sure. But if you said to your husband, I don't want you to watch, like if that was for some reason how you felt, like they wouldn't watch.
They would look still curious.
No, I feel like if you were really adamant about it, like they would respect that.
Let's do one more because I do have a fourth and it's pretty good.
And we promised
Jackson,
4.
Hey, Jackson Claude, I'll make this short. I'm dating a total P-Jom who's been a literal angel sent from above. Now, this is the perfect example of a running inside joke of like toasthood is that like people will write and be like, my P-Jom, and then they'll say like the P-Jom did something so not precious and not gem-like. And I just want to say to this girl, you are not dating a P-Jom, okay?
She start again.
I'm dating a total P-Jom who's been a literal angel sent from above. Girl, you do not know the meaning of the word angel.
No, and also like people don't even talk that way about like actual P-Joms that they love.
No, like you have been hoodwinked. However, the last month, I feel like he's been really distant. He recently shared with me how he would rank his priorities. 1, it went himself. 2, his family. 3, grad school. 4, the Arizona Cardinals. 5, his job. 6, a baseball team that he coaches. And 7, his friends and me. This isn't sitting right with me, but is it enough to end it? He said he doesn't see these priorities ever changing. He's really obsessed with baseball, but is this normal? No!
Well, no. There's so many issues here. First of all, if he's a P-Jom, heaven sent onto your lap, and he said one thing wrong one time about his list of priorities, then what are you talking about? He's an angel from heaven.
But he's been distant.
And he's so great that even though you're number 7, like it feels like number 1.
Right. But that's not what she's saying. It's not a perfect relationship because they've been experiencing this like rough patch.
What I would say is, yeah, his priorities sound fucked up. But if you were to marry him, then you move up to family and you're not in the friend. Right now you're girlfriend and friends. You're in the
so
friend.
You would be 2. You would be number 2.
And
it's kind of crazy putting yourself as your number 1 priority.
And the baseball team that you coach, like there's craziness here. However, like when you're someone's girlfriend, like the expectation, like you grow in their hearts and you grow into things. So I think eventually you'd be family, but he just sounds like a piece of work.
He sounds like really self-involved and really immature. Yeah. Like not someone who's looking for like a real meaningful, earth core shaking kind of love.
I don't know how you would get from friend to
7.
family while he's prioritizing grad school, his job, the Arizona Cardinals, and the Little League team that he coaches, not to mention himself.
Yeah, I think probably you being number 7, there's so many issues here, is you being number 7. You not even being number 7 by yourself because you're looped in with friends. Another big issue we're not talking about is himself being number 1. Yeah. That's like really, really crazy.
I think with a man like this, it's really hard to get from 7 to 2.
And I think you'll be like, even if he marries you, like you'll be like fighting your whole life to be like an important person in your husband's life. Who the fuck wants that?
I want to know how old he is. I guess he's in grad school, so he's kind of young, like 22.
Grad school. No. I mean, some people go to grad school directly after college, but some people go years later.
Yeah.
You can go when you're 30. It doesn't necessarily mean you're 22.
How does he have time to coach the Little League team, go to grad school, and have a job?
Well, he's neglecting his girlfriend. That's how.
Right.
I don't know. I would just sit back and think, like, if your friend came to you and said, like, my boyfriend put me on number, like, okay.
However, but then it's also like actions speak louder than words. He treats you like a P-Jom, heaven sent from above, but then he said something, but he treats you great. So if he's what you said in the beginning, then what are we talking about? But
right. By the way, do you feel like he's a P-Jom? What do you feel more? He's a P-Jom angel sent from heaven above, or do you feel more like number 7?
Right. And also like sometimes men say stupid stuff and they don't realize like how wrong it is until weeks later, maybe even years later, maybe years down the line, he would think back on this thing that he said. He'd say, I was so stupid, and like he can grow out of that like stupidity.
Oh my God.
But you have to evaluate the rest of your relationship because just because he said that thing one time, like I don't think you have to write off what is otherwise a very good relationship.
If it is.
But you said it is.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm starving. Like, can't wait for a big fatty lunch.
What you gonna have?
I'm not sure yet. It's raining, so I feel like I need to be extra fat.
Extra cozy.
Yeah. Extra padded.
Extra padded.
I'm husking up for winter. Yeah.
Hibernate.
That's our show, you guys. As promised to Dear Toasters, was kind of banging. I'm so glad we waited. And it'll be on Tuesday next week. So we'll get into a good rhythm. Tomorrow's Friday. Great. Just great. Thank you so much for listening to the Toast the Millennial Morning Show, while we deliver the fast 5 stories you need to know every Monday through Friday on YouTube. So if you're watching us on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. We're also available as a podcast anywhere podcasts can be found. So at Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Public Radio, iHeartRadio, CastBox, all the places. Wherever you listen to podcasts, find us, The Toast. Leave a 5-star review about how beautiful, stunning, and wickedly talented we are.
Love ya. Bye.